D'accord. Alors, cette fois, ce soir, je devrais dire, parce qu'on vient de faire une autre session. Tonight we are. What's that one? That one's still open. Why is it open? Yes, I do. I don't know why it is doing that. Go away. Go away. Go away. It's still recording me too. What's this one? Okay, this is the one we're supposed to. No, cancel. Don't want to leave. Okay, I don't know. Blackboard Collaborate hates me. What a dorky thing to say. Alors, on va partager le bureau. Et ben voilà. So, here we go. We're just gonna review the key stuff for, that is, I have it written down somewhere. There we go. We're just going to review articles, prendre, boire, and passé composé with avoir. Okay? And the smaller little things that some of which you do need for the test, and you'll see I'll have the study guide posted tomorrow. You'll see this is the bulk of the test. You have those little little yellow box things that we see at the end of each each main grammar lesson. And then, of course, you have vocab. Vocab, vocab, vocab. So, voilà. So, for articles, let's dig in. On n'a plus besoin de ça. We're going to do review all outside of iLearn. So, here's our first. This is on Allons-y, which I've told you before is pretty good for you guys' level. They're going to have vocab that is more or less like we've had, and it's a really good kind of equivalent for what we need to look at with our book. So remember what we said about articles. Look at all these choices you have. This first one is just having you practice with partitive, but let's go back and review just a little bit. So definite articles you're going to use with preferences. So your verbs of preference. J'aime, aimer, détester, adorer, ne pas aimer, aimer beaucoup, etc. And then you're also going to use definite articles for this thing that I call, for specific items and objects, just like we do in English. Give me the apple. If I say give me an apple, it could be any apple, right? I say give me the apple. Oh, which apple? This apple right there, okay? And it's specific. Then conversely, you're going to use definite articles in French anytime that we in English would be talking about a gross generalization and wouldn't use an article. So the good examples of that is when you say, oh, love is beautiful. So we don't use an article. We don't say, the love is beautiful. We say, love is beautiful. Mais en français, il faut l'article. I have to have the article in French, though. L'amour est beau. D'accord? War is terrible. La guerre est horrible. D'accord? So these are huge generalizations, right? In English, I wouldn't use an article at all. In French, I have to use an article. Okay? Indefinites then definites correspond to the, indefinites correspond to a or an, and une pomme, un verre de vin, ou quoi que ce soit. And we don't have any change with definite articles when there's a negative, right? But with the indefinites, when we go to negative, we're going to default to de. D'accord? And the indefinites and the definites, a lot of the time, it's just going to, excuse me, here come my yawns again. A lot of the time, it's just going to come down to logic and context. I know you guys hate it when we say context is going to help you decide something, but it really will. So you know from English or from other languages that you may speak, how definites and indefinites work, how we're going to refer to something specific with the as opposed to a or an, right? So the same thing's going to happen with French with these two kinds of articles, where the vast majority of the time you're just going to be able to tell from logic and from context. D'accord? Now, once in a while, you're going to use indefinites for food and partaking of things and etc., 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 just like we do with the partitives, right? So be on the lookout for manger, prendre, acheter, avoir, etc. Because a lot of the time those are going to take indefinites. So there too, it would just be logic. Is it more logical to say je prends un thé ou je prends du thé? D'accord? Sometimes it's interchangeable. And sometimes you might specifically want the indefinite to show quantity, for example, or something like that. So it really will be fairly clear to you which one to use when you get there. But for both indefinites and partitives, you're going to keep an eye out for those verbs of consuming or partaking or sharing or buying or having or whatever. D'accord? Et puis le partitif. Pour le partitif, the partitive is going to be associated with the idea of some. D'accord? Je vais prendre du roast beef, je vais manger des pommes de terre, est-ce que tu veux un peu de la tarte, etc. Je dis un peu de tarte, but if you're talking about a specific tarte, then you can say the definite as well. That was a bad example. Now everybody's gonna be like, wait, I didn't know we could use it that way. Je sais pas, tu manges de la tarte, voilà. Tu manges de la tarte, tu prends de la tarte. So anytime talking about some, you're going to use de plus your articles, right? So you're going to make your contractions if necessary. And again, with the negative, I'm defaulting to de. D'accord? So remember how this works with the default? Alors si je dis, ouais, je prends une pomme. Je prends une pomme volontiers, je prends une pomme, d'accord? And if I'm not having an apple, je ne prends pas de pomme, d'accord? And it's just more logical to use the plural in this case. I'm not having any apples, right? Même chose avec le partitif, alors, il va acheter des œufs. Attendez. I love using that. Alors, il va acheter des œufs, ou bien il ne va pas acheter de. Voilà. Oh, si. Okay. So he's not having any, I'm defaulting to de. He's not buying any, right? Versus il va acheter des œufs. Okay? So it could be de la, it could be du, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna default to de on its own, no agreement, no nothing. Of course, here I have it in front of a vowel, so I'm dropping my E, putting my apostrophe, and that's what my default is going to be for negative. Once in a very, 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 very great while, you may be able to use de la, du, etc. with a negative, but it's very specific usages. Okay, so when in doubt, use your de, because 99.99999% of the time, that's what you're going to need. So this activity is just going to have us practicing the partitive. Okay, so we're going to warm up with that. We're not going to do the whole thing because we're already starting to run short on time. We have a lot to cover. So let's just do a few of these. Sylvie prend. And if you need to, go look up your genders and everything. Pause the video. Elle prend du thé parce qu'elle préfère le thé. So what's happening here? We have prendre plus the partitive, and we have a verb of preference plus the definite, right? Les astronautes ont, avoir is one of my markers for partitive, du courage. Quand nous avons soif, nous prenons de l'eau. Go. Now this is just a general statement, right? This is kind of like what we just said with my little examples of the gross generalities. L'amour est beau, la guerre est horrible. So we would say water is good for your health, right? But in French, I've got to use the article. Chocolate is delicious. So even though we don't use an article in English, I'm going to use l'article défini pour le français. Voulez-vous de la moutarde? So vouloir is kind of funny. Vouloir could be followed by an indefinite article. It just depends on context. In this case, it makes more sense to say, do you want some mustard, as opposed to do you want the mustard? Okay, so very well could think up a scenario where we would want to say la moutarde. Tu veux la moutarde, par exemple? But without any context, the most natural thing is going to be to use the partitive. Would you like some mustard? Do you want some mustard? David mange de la glace tous les jours. Il aime bien la glace. D'accord? Alors, again, another gross generalization. In English, I wouldn't use any article, but I'm going to in French. Et c'est l'article défini. Alors, voilà. Les cigarettes sont mauvaises pour la santé. Nos amis mangent souvent. Look at your verb. Manger is a marker for partitive. Alors, de la viande. Kathy ne mange pas. Now we have the negative. So what are we defaulting to? Again, pause the video if you need to. Kathy ne mange pas de viande. D'accord? Elle préfère, I have a verb of preference, so what kind of article? Le défini. Les légumes. J'achète souvent. Acheter is a huge marker for partitive. Des tomates. J'aime. Verb of preference. Les tomates. D'accord? Oh, I said we were just going to do a few. Oh, well, whatever. Dans la vie, il y a des problèmes et des solutions. D'accord? So, il y a the vast majority of the time is going to be with a partitive or an indefinite. You can just memorize it that way, or if you didn't know this before, il y a actually has avoir in it. D'accord? So this a on il y a comes from avoir. Okay, so you can think about avoir, usually taking the partitive, or you can just memorize, oh, il y a, almost always takes the partitive. D'accord? On y va. Alors, determiners for the partitive, so that was a lot of practice. Let me just look really quick at what else I found to practice. So we're practicing prendre. We just looked at prendre. Oh no, we were looking at the other REs, right? And then we're looking at passé composé. Oh, I didn't find any for us to practice boire. Oh, that's weird. I thought I had. Okay, we'll take a second and try to find one in a minute. Again, I really like these allons-y exercises. I really liked text too, but we were just looking at text for a long time, so let's look at this one. Vous allez simplement conjuguer prendre pour que ça soit la forme correcte. You have a couple of other verbs that are based on prendre here too, right? So any verb that contains prendre is going to be conjugated just like prendre, with a prefix. D'accord? Alors numéro 1, on. Again, pause the video if you need to. If we're going too quickly, on prend souvent le déjeuner à midi. Tu prends le métro ou le bus? Nous prenons des vitamines pour être en bonne santé. On va prendre un café après le dîner. This is one of those ones that I was saying, as soon as you see aller, you need the infinitive, right? Another way to look at it, two verbs next to each other, only one can be conjugated. The other one's going to be a past participle or an infinitive or whatever. D'accord? So when you have any specific verb idea, right? Look at that specific verb. On va prendre. I've got one conjugated already, so this one has to be an infinitive. À quelle heure est-ce que vous prenez le petit déjeuner. Je prends le petit déjeuner à 6h30. Virginie prend souvent le déjeuner au café. Les étudiants comprennent... Oh, pardon, j'ai sauté le haut. Toujours les explications du professeur. Numéro 9. Comprenez-vous cet exercice? Numéro 10. Nous apprenons le français. D'accord? Voilà. We could check answers, but I know we're right. Ha ha. I don't know. That just makes me laugh. Alors, this one, this just looks really busy to me. This is a good example of how if these activities freak you out for whatever reason, don't worry about it. Just go on to another one. So this one makes me kind of go, there's so much going on. But I'll have this linked on the page, so if you want to do this one, you can. And what they're going to want you to do is simply to list the articles. So let's do number 1 together, and you'll see what I mean. Oh, I'm sorry. Chez la charcuterie, on achète du jambon, and then separate them with commas. All they want is the articles in your answers. Du saucisson et des saucisses. D'accord? Au marché, on trouve des bananes. Okay, I think this is a typo, because you can't buy one, well, I mean, you could buy one grape, but I think they want the plural here. We'll see. Des raisins, de l'ail, oh pardon, n'est-ce pas? Et de la salade. So let's look and see. Sometimes they won't let us go. Okay. I'm just curious as to what they want here, since there's a typo there. So we're gonna cheat so that it thinks there's answers everywhere. So number 2, we want to see what they think. Number 2, yeah, they think it's du raisin. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, that's really weird. That's really weird. So anyway, that one's weird. Voilà. So that's a good example of one where if that's just too busy or whatever, it bothers you for whatever reason. Sometimes all of those words on the screen just drive people crazy. So don't worry, go on to another activity. So we are going to go ahead with prendre. So there's not too much to talk about with prendre. Oh, we did this one. What are we doing? So we did that. Do we need to practice prendre again? We could practice it again. And they're going to have your little plurals and singulars here again, so that you can practice those. So let's just do, on va faire que les impairs. We're just going to do the odds. D'accord? Tex, tu prends un grand café? Moi, j'aimerais bien prendre un grand café. Cory et Jobab apprennent le français. Numéro 5. Oh, qu'est-ce que je fais? Tex, Tammy et moi, nous prenons souvent un taxi. Edouard ne comprend pas pourquoi les Américains aiment le ketchup. Un jour, c'est sûr, Bette va surprendre Tammy. So here again, we have aller that's already conjugated. Aller plus the infinitive. So my verb's going in the infinitive. That one's kind of a gimme. Tammy, numéro 11. Je ne comprends pas pourquoi Bette est agressive. Voilà. Très bien. So I'll have that one linked on the review module also, so that you can practice it. And I really did... Oh, I closed it. Okay, just a minute. We're going to go back to le point du flé. Et oh, panuflé. I did try to find activities for boire. Wait. There we go. Okay. Oh, I remember why I couldn't find any. I will try to find some before to post on the page. I couldn't find any because we learned boire on its own. Most of the time, you learn boire in conjunction with other verbs. So it's kind of hard to find an activity that just has boire in it. I will keep trying, and if not, I probably have an old quiz or something that I could post as a PDF or something for you guys to look at. But I will keep trying to find activities for boire. So, voilà. On va sauter quand même, on va faire du passé composé. So, this activity, all we have to do is match your correct subject pronoun with the passé composé. So what are you going to do? You're going to look at avoir and think about what form of avoir is in each example and who does it belong to. So, j'ai regardé. Sometimes, I forget how, oh, there we go. Sometimes they have stuff where you drag things around. I couldn't figure out how to move it around for a minute. J'ai regardé, n'est-ce pas? B, so again, pause the video if you need to. You have on joué, on, nous, ils. Alors, ils, n'est-ce pas? Ils ont joué. C, je, tu, elle a choisi. Elle, n'est-ce pas? A rangé, il, nous, il. Il singulier. A écouté. Vous, nous, tu. Tu as écouté. Vous, nous, elle. Nous avons mangé. Tu, nous, vous avez fini. Nous, vous, elles. Elles ont préparé. N'est-ce pas? C'est très bien. And we're not going to verify because I know we're right. Alors, continuons. C'est tapis volant, encore une fois. So here's another good example of one where if you don't know all the vocab, and I should zoom this because I can't hardly see the letters. I probably should have done that on the last one too. I'm so sorry. We're going to move the sentence over to the picture that belongs. That makes it kind of look funny, doesn't it? We'll just go a little bit smaller so that the picture. There we go. So if you don't know some of the vocab, try to find something that's going to tie to the picture. You probably have some inkling, right? So j'ai gardé mon petit frère, even if you don't know what garder means. Mon petit frère. Look at your example, look at your pictures. There's one with a little kid, and you can just figure it out by process of elimination, right? If you know what it means, then so much the better. Okay? That's what I meant. Usually, very often, tapis volant wants us dragging things around. It's kind of cool. J'ai aidé ma mère dans la cuisine. N'est-ce pas? So again, pause the video if you need to. J'ai commencé un petit travail au café. D'accord? And I mean, you could start with the pictures if you want and go look for that. I find it easier to look at the sentence first. J'ai lavé la voiture de famille. Voilà. J'ai promené le chien. N'est-ce pas? Et j'ai rangé ma chambre. Ranger, that's a couple times that we've seen ranger now. I don't remember if we saw it before in our book. Ranger means to tidy something or arrange it or straighten it. Not, you know, like straighten the house up or straighten my room or whatever. Très bien. Alors, il y avait une autre chose pour le bon. The other reason that it was really hard to find activities for passé composé, I think I already said this, was because you guys haven't had all the verbs that normally books have you do by the time you do passé composé, namely the REs. So we just looked at REs tonight in the other session, and what I ended up doing was going and just finding some examples from online activities and just taking out the REs. So we'll do this. This is kind of dorky, but because you can't go to this on your own to practice later, but we will do it together. So, nous, think about what you need for avoir, and then think about what you need to do for the past participle, and do things in steps if you need to. D'accord? So let's do avoir first. What do you need for avoir with nous? Nous avons. What do you do with the standard ER for your past participle? Just un E accent aigu, n'est-ce pas? D'accord. Nous avons visité la Tour Eiffel. La semaine dernière, elle... So this time, avoir is our main verb. So avoir does use avoir for passé composé. And then what is my past participle for avoir? Do you remember from our book? Elle a eu beaucoup de devoirs. Avant-hier, Annie. So avoir a acheté. Oh, d'accord. Est-ce que tu as fini tes devoirs? Vous avez rencontré Monsieur Durand? Je. So this is an irregular. What do I need for avoir with je? J'ai. And my irregular past participle for être? N'est-ce pas? Surpris de sa réponse. Elles ont fait tout ce que nous avons demandé. Oh, pardon. J'arrive pas à taper là. Hier, nous avons pris le bus. Again, pause the video if you need to. Qu'est-ce que tu as bu hier? Et voilà. D'accord? So, use I learn. I'm going to try very hard to find some more activities to link on the Chapter 5 review module. As I said, it's kind of hard to find things that don't have those REs. So, and I just as leave not put things up there where you're having to skip every other sentence because it's got a verb that you haven't covered yet. So I'll keep looking, and in the meantime, be sure and practice avoir, don't forget. And this is another one of those things that you don't want to just memorize it till it's absolutely down pat. You want to kind of look at the stuff, then go practice a little bit. If you find you're constantly looking back at the book or looking at the forms, then stop and go revisit that a little tiny bit, and then come back. And especially if you're stumbling on avoir with passé composé, do yourself a favor and go review avoir. You do not want to be getting stumped by avoir when you have passé composé to deal with. Okay? So you have a lot of other stuff happening. It is fairly simple, but you do have a whole another thing that you're doing with avoir. So you don't want to be thrown with avoir. You want to have avoir more or less automatic. Everybody by now should really just have avoir down pat. But again, go back and review that stuff, then do a little bit. Need to keep checking all the time. That means you need to go review a little bit more. Then come back and do a little bit more and see if it's any smoother. D'accord? Voilà. Alors, ça c'était assez court comme révision, mais on va s'arrêter là. And there will be a lot of links to go practice on the Chapter 5 module. I'm going to get these videos going with their exports, and then while those are exporting, I'm going to post lots and lots of links for you on the Chapter 5 review module as well as on the Chapter 6 Part 1 module. Voilà. Bonne soirée. Bon courage pour la suite, pour l'examen, etc. Et travaillez bien, etc. Faites de beaux rêves ce soir, etc. D'accord? Voilà. Salut!
Recording stopped.
Et on va s'arrêter Camtasia aussi.